Are we on the air? Yo, what's
Yeah.
good, everybody? This is Smooth Cat with Colossal Boxing Talk, and today we're here to let the other guys and our special guests get their predictions slash breaking down the fight, Bhop versus Kovalev, the entire card. So first, we're gonna start off by letting Mr. Derek Mihai introduce himself.
Hold on, let me find out. Get back on this. What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking?
All right,
You like the beard? You like the beard?
fella.
No shoot November.
Miguel, go ahead.
I already know the deal. I'm on that No Shave November too. Big gang all crazy.
And I am the boxing Don Corleone, back with Colossal Boxing Talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's face it.
And it's your boy Smooth Cat.
Let's get it cracking. We got crickets out there.
Hey. Go ahead real quick, fellas. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so
He gonna take a shit.
what do y'all what do y'all think? Alright, alright. Who y'all got speaking
I got
we,
So which one?
Who we picking for the Kovalev between B-Hop fight?
I got Bhop unanimous decision. I think he got dropped Kovalev a couple times. Put him on his back.
That's a bold statement. That's a
That straight right hand is gonna put him on his back.
Hey, you know he got dropped by that last guy he fought too though. Kovalev. He got dropped by Darnell Boone also.
Boom dropped him 4 times.
Yeah,
Four
but
times?
knocked out a couple of people with a couple of big names. So he knocked down Ward, he knocked down Stevenson. So
Darnell Boom ain't as good as Bernard Hopkins though either.
He dropped
He's got,
down.
he got a pop.
but he got more of a pop than Hopkins.
So who you picking, Miguel?
I got Crusher, baby. Kovalev, let's go.
I got Kovalev as well.
I got Kovalev. I'm rooting for Kovalev, but truthfully speaking, my heart is for Hopkins only because I want him to make history. I mean, if he beats Kovalev, there's no way that you cannot consider him top 5 of all time in boxing history.
Ooh, wow.
But I definitely got the Crusher. I think his time is up. I think Kovalev is gonna come in and just crush him.
I'm picking Kovalev too, and I think that jab of Kovalev is really gonna throw Bernard Hopkins' timing off. I think he's been working on that jab in the gym, and it's heavy like a right hand. I've been hearing from some guys that spar with him, so I'm looking forward to Kovalev to get it popping. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Y'all been hearing about him and Glenn Johnson sparring?
Oh, hey, he did.
I've been hearing that Glenn Johnson was putting it on him and sparring, and of course Sergey's coach was saying, he gave him some good looks, that's it, but everybody else is saying like he hurt Kovalev a few times.
Yeah, but that
Johnson.
may just
I know that's sparring.
He
yeah,
getting beat up by another 50-year-old.
that may just be talk because a lot of guys will sit here and try to say that a sparring session goes a certain type of way to kind of so that because they know Hopkins is gonna hear it. So sometimes it's used as a tactic to get to the other guy. So if a Hopkins hears somebody like a Glenn Johnson was roughing up a Kovalev, not that Hopkins is dumb enough to do this because he's been in the game long enough, but sometimes these guys get confident because of sparring sessions.
Yeah, definitely.
Glenn
I'm looking
Johnson
at what Hopkins.
different styles.
Let's get into what were your? All right, I know we picked Kovalev, but what will your keys to victory for Bernard Hopkins be?
It's straight right. He needs to go with that straight right and keep his distance. He needs to tangle up. Kovalev ain't got no steady feet, so if he can get him tangled up early and get him frustrated, make him waste some energy because he ain't been past 8 rounds yet. Hopkins, you gotta look at it like this. Hopkins wanted this fight. Hopkins didn't want to fight Dawson. He didn't want to fight Joe Kazaki. He knows who he can beat and who he can't beat. The guys he wants to fight is the guys that have power punches that are going to keep trying to go at him and keep trying keep trying to hurt him, and he plays with him. He gets in their head, and that's how he beats him inside the ring. Guys like Chad Dawson, Andre Ward, and all, he didn't want to fight them because he knows that they try to go for the long haul. They try to stay in there for a while, you know.
Yeah, I
that's what I think
definitely.
that's to frustrate him.
I think a key for Bernard Hopkins is to control the pace. It's the most important key for him. Don't let Kovalev push him around and dictate the pace. I think Bernard Hopkins will be able to control the pace, I think, at some point, but it's up to Kovalev to see if he can break that pace. Another one would be another key for me would be like Derek said, the straight right of Bernard Hopkins. I think Bernard Hopkins is going to have to really once he gets to his pace and the timing down pat, he's going to really try to fire off with that right hand, and that's going to be his offense. And the third key to victory for me is Bernard Hopkins just being mentally tougher than Kovalev. Can he maintain his mental game? Can he get inside Kovalev's head and hold and finger his eye, just elbow him? Will he break Kovalev concentration?
You know what? I think that, to be honest with you, I think the biggest key in this fight for Hopkins is the counters. Not even so much the straight right. I mean, the straight right, yeah, but I think it's very key that Hopkins counters Kovalev and makes him back up. See, Kovalev is not so good when he's being backed up, as we saw in the last fight. Kovalev, he's a typical European Russian fighter. They like to come forward and hit you. But when you get them backing up, well, I mean, any puncher, it doesn't even have to be European. Most punchers are like that. When they're coming forward, it's their game. But when you start backing them up, that's when it becomes an issue. I think if Hopkins backs Kovalev up for most of the fight, it'll be a typical Hopkins fight. But I'm gonna wait to say what I have to say about Kovalev. I'm gonna just say I'm relying on his counter to do.
Okay, what are some things that?
With Jim Lampley, Hopkins got right in his face. Sergey ain't used to everybody coming right in his face. And that's what Hopkins did to get in his head. Walked right up to him, got right in his face, looked him right in the eyes, you know. Sergey ain't used to that. He's used to people being scared. Hopkins showed him he wasn't scared. You know, he's trying to play mind games.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think Kovalev is bothered by that at all. I mean, we won't know till fight anyway.
Looked like it was pissing him off, though. You could tell looking at his face, the way Hopkins kept on saying shit and just getting in his face and telling him, "I'm an alien. I'm not from this planet."
What do y'all think is some no-nos for Hopkins not to do in the ring? What should he do?
Okay. Hey, first off, I'm gonna say Hopkins needs not to lean up against the ropes like he was doing against the last guy he was fighting. I forget his Murat. Yeah, he needs not to do that at all. He does not need to do that. Huh?
Stick and move. He needs to fight the way he fought Tito and the way he fought Tarver. Hit him with that right hand and get out.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, Hopkins' no is just don't get hit. Because Kovalev catches him with one good punch, it's over.
I think Bernard needs to protect his body. Needs to just get away and protect his body. I think the body attack of Kovalev is going under everybody's nose, and I think that I'm thinking that body shot might do it. A body shot might catch it, slow him down. That's what I'm concerned about.
That's a big thing why Hopkins can't clinch with him, because if he clinches with him, he's going to hit him to the body, and his shots ain't like a normal guy's shots, to the body. He'll hurt you.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this. Now this is something that I think Kovalev needs to look out for. Kovalev needs to be very aware of the left hook, because for some reason, a lot of times when I see Kovalev get hooked, he gets hit flush with left hooks a lot. So Hopkins needs to intrigue that into his game, and also, like Derek said a minute ago, the straight right hand will definitely be key.
All right.
Whatchamacallit? I agree with CJ on that. Kovalev's body attack is, but you know what? It's at the age that Hopkins is at right now. I think just about anywhere that you hit him hard enough, he's going to fight. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if Kovalev can wear down his body, early, it's gonna make the later round so much easier for himself. But truthfully, if I think Hopkins needs to protect his chin above everything, cause I'm telling you, Kovalev has that power to put him to sleep, and one little slip that Hopkins does and he gets catches straight on his chin, I just do not see him taking that punch.
You know what? From that sense, now, how many times before have we all said that same thing? This guy has the power, and he's gonna hit Hopkins and hurt Hopkins, and Hopkins get in the ring, and he neutralizes their power constantly.
I never said that about Hopkins ever. I didn't have one guy ever, except for Roy Jones.
No, I'm not saying you necessarily, but I mean we've heard that before with the Kelly Collins supposed to do it, Tito Trinidad, De La Hoya. I mean, it's a long list of guys who's supposed to be the guy to knock him out.
But you know what? On Trinidad, I'll give you Trinidad. But I'm Puerto Rican. I thought Trinidad was, you know what I mean? That's when Trinidad. Listen, Trinidad's my, my second favorite fighter of all time. So, and at that time, I was a blinded Puerto Rican that I didn't want to see boxing for what it was. But I thought Trinidad was gonna blow Hopkins away. But I mean, Trinidad was going through everybody at that time. But you know what? Honestly speaking, I think Kovalev is a different type of monster to Trinidad. I don't not to take away from Trinidad, because Trinidad, he has like one of the best knockout percentages in boxing history, and he was a guy that once he hurt you, if you went down, you were done. Trinidad was, if not the best closer in boxing history, but besides him, I've never seen nobody in Hopkins' career, I mean, besides Roy Jones, that I felt that was honestly that their power was going to match up. I mean, most guys that he fought, yeah, they were punchers, but it wasn't like they were like,
Okay. Well,
what's up, Benny?
What's up, Mr. Acevedo?
Is that Ben? You
Yes.
littered fuck.
I can't hear Jack.
You don't hear nothing?
Derek!
Put the bottle down. Put the bottle down.
Yo, man, we talking on Bhop versus Kovalev fight. What are your thoughts?
Who, me?
He don't know what he's doing yet.
I can't hear. The phone is very slow. Like the volume on it, very low.
Speed it up. There's a little button on the side.
I'm new to all this, man. I'm sorry, guys.
Look at that shit.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're gonna touch on the other fight on that card as well too. The Saddam Ali versus Luis Carlos Abregu. And we'll start with Mr. Goodfellas. He looks ready to go.
Yeah, I'm picking Abregu. I'm watching some Saddam Ali, little film study on him, finding a reason to try to pick him. But this last fight versus, I think his name was Jeremy Bradley or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Bentley. It was something. This guy was outboxing Saddam Ali pretty good, and he was hitting him with all types of shit. He was hitting him everything besides the kitchen trash can. And I think Saddam Ali got a chance just because Abregu been off for 18 months. I think he's been off 16 to 18 months. He's going to be a little bit rusty, but I think eventually Aregu's right hand will end the show. And I think around the 7th, 8th round. If he wasn't off, if he didn't have the longest layoff as Abregu had, it would be done in the 3rd or 4th round. But I'm going to go with the 6th, 7th round KO for Abregu.
Okay, so give him a chance to warm up a little bit then. Let's go Mija.
I got Ali. I think he's gonna pull a split decision. It ain't gonna be nothing pretty. It ain't gonna be nothing pretty. I just like him more. He's gonna have to box. He's gonna have to stay boxing. He ain't gonna knock him out. He's gonna have to box him.
Okay. Miggity mouse.
I got Abregu by the 7th.
Trying to be like me. I see you, little mouse.
Stop. I'm gonna say this. We definitely were on the same page for these fights, but you know what? I ain't never been big on Saddam Ali. So, I mean, he's a good boxer and everything, but I don't know. I think Abregu's aggression is gonna be too much for him in this fight.
I think Ali can outbox him if he doesn't get caught.
He can.
No,
I agree with you 100%. He can outbox him, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, anything can happen in boxing. I'm just saying. I think Abregu's aggression is going to be too much for Ali. But if Saddam Ali can make the fight this kind of fight, without a doubt, he can easily outbox Abregu for 12 rounds.
Hey Ben,
Man,
well, I don't know. I think this fight. I'm picking Abregu by KO in 6, and I think he's gonna. Catch.
man.
I think he's gonna catch Saddam Ali with a left hook right hand combination and night. I think Ali can definitely do some things, but the thing with me, he gets a bit uncoordinated. It's like he's the type he'll land a few good shots, and then he'll leave an opening for you to come hit him back because he likes to take pictures. So hey, I see Abregu taking advantage of it, similar to how he did in the Lorme fight, and I see him getting Ali out of there in 6.
That would be Ali's biggest problem if he tries to admire his work. He'll end up getting knocked out. But I
He
think
does it all the time. From what I watched, he'll throw a couple shots and lose his rhythm, and then get popped with one good shot. I mean, if he can just not do that, but habits are hard to break, especially for one fight. But you know, Ali definitely has a chance to outbox him, but everybody knows the key to the fight if he doesn't get caught. And only how he doesn't get caught that Abregu is just that rusty and slow, and you know he's not on his A game, which I'm not expecting Abregu to be on his A game because of the layoff.
Right.
But I expected a fight where it's over 1,000+ punches thrown sometimes that you gonna get hit, and it's gonna be how well does Saddam Ali take the power of Abregu, and that's what it's gonna come down to.
True. Go ahead. Hey, any other thoughts on this one, fellas? Ben?
I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. In my opinion, I think this is gonna be a good warm up undercard. A lot of people overlooking it just because of the magnitude of the main event, but it's gonna be a good. We're not getting a trash undercard because it's gonna be all action packed type fight. And anybody that's going to tune in and watch the main event needs to watch the co-main event to get warmed up. And you're gonna see a boxer puncher, and Saddam Ali, he's not so much a puncher, but he throws some good shots. You're gonna see a power seek and destroy Argentine in there with him, and Carlos Abregu. You're gonna see a hell of a display. You're gonna see an action-packed fight. It's one of the better undercards that HBO has gave us this year. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. One of my favorite undercards to watch this year on HBO, and it's gonna be something. It's gonna be a great fight. That's all I can say.
You know what? I think people forget that Abregu has a lot of fights under his resume. You know what I mean? A lot of experience coming in, so that's gonna play a factor too into the whole situation with Ali boxing him and stuff. So you know, let's not forget that he does have. I think he has like what, over 40 fights.
It's something like that. It's close. It might
Something
be
like that, man.
37.
it was like 43.
You know, I remember when he was gonna fight Delerme, and everybody had Delerme winning. You know, and we looked at we overlooked the fact that he had the experience over Delerme because we thought the same thing. We thought that Delerme was gonna be able to outbox him, and you know, and he ended up getting caught pretty solid. a couple of times in that fight. So I mean, I see the same thing happening in this fight. I think sooner or later Saddam Ali is going to do some dumb, reckless shit, and Abreu's just gonna catch him.
All right, Ben,
But
what's your thoughts?
I could hear you guys now. Sorry about that. My thoughts on what Ali and
Abreu.
Yeah, we gonna
Abreu.
start you on Ali, and then we'll get your B-Hop thoughts after that.
Ali's young, man. He's a young cat in the game. You know, Abreu's been there, done that. You know, he fought Delorme. You seen what happened with Delorme. You know, it's just a matter of experience. What Ali's got, he don't even got almost 20 fights. So it's just the experienced guy going in there and taking on the young kid and giving him a lesson. That's what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be Delorme all over again. That's my prediction on that.
What round are you predicting to
Oh
stop it?
man, Benjamin, baby, the
What up?
reinventor.
Yeah, having problems with the phone, man. I can hardly hear that well, but now I can hear you guys better.
I want you to know that I just said the same thing you just said before you put on your headphones.
You was having problems too?
Now about the whole
Yeah.
the whole Delorme versus Abreu situation.
Man, Abreu's gonna stop him somewhere around the 8th. I'm gonna say the 8th. He's gonna get to him, man. That guy, he's got bricks in his hands.
The same range. I would have it sooner if Abreu wasn't coming off an 18-month layoff. Everybody has the knockout around the same range. That's crazy.
Yeah,
We almost never get that on this show.
He's used to that. He's always inactive, but wait, when he fights and he's healthy, he's a top welterweight.
Yep.
So that's what you're gonna get.
So what y'all think?
Okay, Ben, what's your thoughts on Bernard Hopkins and Kovalev?
Oh man, that right there is easy for me to say because, like, Bernard Hopkins, he's been there. You know, he's been there. He's done it. That's what he feasts on. You know, those power punchers. Those are the guys he feasts on. He has problems with the movers, the outboxers, the guys with A1 skills. And even with those guys, he still doesn't lose to them like he gets blown out. You know, the fights with Taylor were close. The Kalsagi fight was close. Really and truly, Roy Jones was the only one to outbox him, and that was like real early in his career.
Don't forget
Dawson.
Dawson
Dawson.
outboxed the shit out of Hopkins.
Yeah, but you know what? This is the way I see it. If I'm having problems with my car and it's just the brakes, I'm gonna take it to a brake specialist. Now, if my car's got a whole bunch of problems, I'm gonna take it to a mechanic that knows, you know, how to work whole different things in a car. So with Hopkins knows how to deal with everything. Kovalev is just a guy that punches. That's all he's gonna bring. Ain't nothing that Hopkins ain't seen before. He's gonna knock him out. I promise you that. He's gonna knock out Hopkins.
I disagree with that because I'm a Sergey Kovalev picker.
Right.
Get him, CJ.
I'm picking
The same guy that HGGG likes Kovalev.
I don't get it.
Right. Hey, it don't matter. I mean, I just don't like that.
I'm not going to front. I'm sorry. I'm Team Kovalev with you right now, but Derek got you on that one.
Yeah.
He can hate all he wants. Kovalev coming in there and displaying some boxing skills that nobody giving him credit for. Everybody act like he's to have zero boxing skill. He's just a seek and destroy puncher. And you might see some. What I'm banking on is you're going to see a lot of things you haven't seen from Kovalev. You're going to see the amateur pedigree that comes out of Kovalev, and you're going to see some boxing ability. You're going to see somebody that's going to maintain their attitude and maintain discipline and not let play games with us. I'm really counting on him being mentally strong to really carry him through this fight. And I'm thinking a body shot is really going to change the complexion of this fight, and that's what I'm really banking on is the body shot and the mental toughness.
You know, you gotta call. You gotta get Dave up here to listen. We talked about this the other. We were screaming at each other about this.
Well,
he called me. We was talking on Facebook, and he called me on the phone just to yell at me about Sergey and Hopkins.
you
You got You got this is classic right now because I'm gonna come back to this video a couple months from now and remember the same exact day that me and CJ actually agreed so fully in something
Well,
because earlier today
like I told y'all again,
Mike on the phone and
every
I
time y'all picked against
word,
me,
word. Yeah, Hopkins was gonna win the first 4 rounds, and then Kovalev was gonna make adjustments to win that fight. So, but yeah, man, I can't believe I agree with you. So heartfully hard, man. That's like the.
It sucks that you're both.
Don't be mad. Get even.
Vice versa. Vice versa. Kovalev's gonna win a couple rounds early, and Bernard's gonna adjust.
I don't think he's gonna win a couple rounds early.
I think it's gonna be like a back and forth contest until Bernard Hopkins make his adjustments, and his adjustments will be to smother Kovalev and stop Kovalev from throwing the type of shots he wants to throw, hitting him with that left hook that I mentioned earlier that Kovalev is always available for. Because I've seen quite a few guys hit him with that same punch, the left hook, and also the straight right down the pipe will definitely be very helpful to Bernard Hopkins, and Bernard Hopkins will walk away with a split decision win.
What about Hopkins starting to fight with Tarver? That straight right hand. That's how he's gonna start with Sergey. He's gonna knock him on his ass probably too.
You know what? You know what's being overlooked in this fight too? Dawson hasn't. Not Dawson. I mean, Hopkins haven't been fighting the best of the best neither. These last few fights. I mean, Murat. I mean, who? We didn't even know who the fuck he was. Shumanov, he hadn't done shit. He knocked a couple tomato cans out. When he had the Chad Dawson fight, and if you remember the. You got photobombed. If you remember, John Pascal put down Hopkins, I think at least once, and you know it was more of a velocity punch. So I'm not going to really bring that up. But I'm banking on both rise occasion. I think it's going to be a blowout. Either way, it could be a blowout. Either way, everybody thinks it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah,
It could. I can't tell no lie. Hey, I can truly see Hopkins going out there and putting on a virtuoso performance and taking 10 of them rounds easily. I can see that.
I'm telling you this time.
I'm guessing Kovalev is going to bring it more than that.
I'm telling you this right now. Hold on, Miles. I'm telling you this right now. Hopkins winning this fight, I guarantee you this. I will never doubt this man again. I'm definitely picking him over.
You know what? I got to the point because the last time I picked against Hopkins was Tavoris Cloud. Never. I'm not doing it no more.
All right. Yo, Mike, you should hang yourself after that one. I don't even know why you would even pick Cloud over Hopkins.
Hey, you know what?
But listen,
I'm going to be honest. I picked Cloud because I thought Hopkins' age was going to eventually catch up with him. But he shocked me again and it didn't catch up, and I ain't picking against him no more.
I can't even remember why I picked him that way.
I said this earlier today when I spoke to Mike on the phone. I told him the same exact thing, that I felt that it wasn't going to be close. It was going to be one way or another. I could only see this fight ending in two ways. Either Kovalev is going to win by knockout or Hopkins is going to win unanimous decision easily. There's only two ways that fight's going to end.
Hopkins decision easily.
Like I said, I think this is it. I think Kovalev is the guy that's going to bring Hopkins down. But there's no way that if Hopkins wins this fight, you have to think he's top 5 all time in boxing history.
But you see, the thing about Hopkins is that he don't rely on things that young men rely on. He relies on
what he doing. He should be top 15 now.
No, and he is, no doubt. I mean,
in my book.
No, he's look, no. With all due respect to my boy Roy Jones, and I love Roy Jones, and he put a schooling on Hopkins. But what Hopkins has done in boxing and the level of his resume and listen, this dude has had like 7 primes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like literally gone up, came down, gone up, came down, gone up, came down. He's reinvented himself every time he's gone down. and become even better. So, I mean, when it's all said and done, when Hopkins retires, whether he wins this fight or not, he has to be at least top 12 if he doesn't win the fight.
I'm not giving him top 5, even if he win this fight.
If he win this fight, he in my top 5. Hopkins, you in my 5 if you win this fight.
If he beat Kovalev and he beats Adonis Stevenson, I give him top 8, top 6. Top 5 is a stretch.
I think he'll beat Kovalev, but Adonis Stevenson will beat him.
That'd be a motherfucker. That would be a motherfucker. If Adonis Stevenson beats Bernard Hopkins,
Kovalev beat Stevenson, but I think Stevenson beat Hopkins.
What y'all think about Adonis Stevenson anyway? Pussy.
You know,
no
fight him, no pussy. But also, Adonis Stevenson, I'll say he ducked the fights that he needed to take to be successful. But on the flip side, it's somebody else who has plenty of fights that they can take, but they won't take him either. But nobody mentions his name because he's
leave him alone, bro.
He's Mr. Off limits. He can't duck anybody because of what he did.
Everybody, so stop it.
Right, but he got a whole division that he don't want none of nobody there.
What your boy doing to him? Your boy dodging him like a dodgeball in 3rd grade gym class. Your boy ducking him.
Let me say this. This is where I'm confused at. A lot of these guys are saying that they're not taking fights because Al Heyman is advising them to go a different route or trying to get them more money. But yet, we've done interviews with Mike did an interview with Quillen, and Quillen stated that he doesn't pick the fights. Right? What was it? Or did he tell you that Heyman does pick his fights? Who was it the one that said that Heyman doesn't pick his fights? Oh no, it was Thurman. Thurman said that Heyman doesn't pick his fights. That he gives them option and he advises, but ultimately Thurman is who decides his fight. But Thurman, on the other hand, said that Al Heyman picks all his fights. So you gotta really look at these boxes and really see who's really ducking who. You know what I mean? I think a lot of these guys, they're ducking a lot of people because listen, whether it's a promoter, whether it's an advisor or anybody, you pick who you want to fight. When you're in the fight game and you get an offer to fight somebody, it's an offer to fight somebody. You choose whether your team's gonna say yes or no. It's not Al Heyman made me go with this guy. So, for me, and I'm Team Superman. I love Adonis Stevenson. That's my favorite light heavyweight right now. But truth be told, he ducked Kovalev and moved on to Heyman. He was that Heyman was gonna give him more money and get more fights. And then the sad thing is that even when he could have took a fight with Hopkins, he didn't. And then now, even a fight with Pascal, he was beating around the bush with that shit. I mean, they were going back and forth, talking shit on each other, and yet nothing was being made about it. Like, for me, he won the belt, and all of a sudden felt like, oh, I don't need to fight nobody no more. And as a Team Superman fan, you need to fight the best, bro. If you the lineal champ, then put your belt on the line and stop talking.
Yeah, I agree with every word you said, but he definitely want to cash in on his smaller, his less riskier fights and get his big money like everybody else what Al Heyman does. But I see early next year Hopkins and Adonis Stevenson being made if Hopkins wins, and I don't know if he'll go over to HBO to fight the Kovalev. I think he's still duck Kovalev though, especially if Kovalev looks impressive.
Yeah.
Or Hopkins could go to GGG.
Yeah,
see, that's a fight I've been thinking about. That's somebody that I think would beat Hopkins.
Who? What did you say?
Yeah.
You said what?
Yeah, he's got the skills. GGG's got skills. Kovalev don't have those type of skills. What? Man,
Thank you. Whoever said that later, I appreciate it. Man, if look, I'll put it to you this way: if Bernard Hopkins beat Kovalev, Triple G ain't got shit for him. I'm telling you that right now. He can
Listen,
spin like he's supposed
we about to score CJ. Listen, we about to score CJ because you in a room full of Golovkinators, baby. You in a room full of Golovkinators.
Man, Golovkin's whack.
Love-caholic.
That makes sense. And Kovalev don't fight like Golovkin. So
If he fight B-Hop, I respect him as a true champion. If he fights somebody like B-Hop, I respect him like a true champion. It's only a list of fighters that if GGG beat, I respect him like a true champion. If he beat Ward, Peter Quillen, B-Hop, Chavez.
Hold on. Give me a second right here. How do you support Peter Quillen, but yet that nigga's resume is just as soft as Golovkin's resume?
Look, I said
No.
Peter Quillen not the second best.
No. No.
Rosado handled Quillen.
Top 3 welterweight.
Rosado handled Quillen. And we all saw what GGG did to Rosado. I mean, Rosado handled Quillen, man. Come on. Yeah.
Look, I respect Quillen because he's recognized as one of the better middleweights. Period.
Oh, but how can you? But this is my question. How can you recognize Quillen? How can you recognize Quillen, but not recognize Golovkin?
Look, I'm not idolizing Golovkin or Quillen. I'm not saying either. But I said if Golovkin were to beat him because of notoriety, he'd get off fighting Quillen. I deem that as a respectable fight for GGG. I ain't saying you didn't hear me suck Peter Quillen toes or watch the 30.
But listen, how can that be a respective fight if Quillen's resume is
will it not be a big fight, McGill?
Oh, in terms of money, yeah. But I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Look, catch me on tape saying this right now. You giving Quillen credit and saying that it's a notorious fight, right? And then that fight, what happened? Golovkin will knock him out. And you'll come back and be like, "Oh, Quillen was a bum."
No, I will not come back and say that. If he can get a notarized win versus somebody that's pretty good, I respect him as a champion. Not fighting no Antonio Rubio, not fighting no Daniel Bum Deal.
Now Gil's a bum. But before the Gil fight, you were saying that if Golovkin fought Gil, that you would give him his credit, and he beat the crap out of Gil, and you took it back.
Martinez didn't want to fight Rubio.
Like I said, if Golovkin beat Peter Quillen, if he dared to even fight Bernard Hopkins, I'd give him credit for that. If he beat a James DeGale, if he beat a Carl Fry, somebody in that area, I respect him. So he fight a name, I'm not gonna respect him. You hearing what you want to hear, McGill. I said a name. Once he fight a name, I give him respect.
No, but what I'm saying is, how can we give Quillen a name with a guy who has just as a sorry ass resume?
All right, look. If it were to happen, you just not happy with just taking a fight. If you fight Quillen and destroy Quillen, I give him respect.
But what's the difference between beating the Quillen and beating the Andy Lee?
What better than Andy Lee?
But he TKO'd the man that was.
Andy Lee is from where I'm from. He ain't no star. He a decent fighter.
So Quillen
got a name. You beat Andy Lee, it's like, okay, you beat Andy Lee, unless you're Chavez Jr.
You want to bring Arturo Gotti back from the dead because he got a name too.
And he ain't got no, like I said, nigga. If you got a name, I would like to see him fight Golovkin. I like to see a name fight Golovkin. No second rate, no third rate.
Rubio was ranked number 1. Cotto didn't want to fight him. Martinez didn't want to fight him.
He started on his ranking. When he fought Curtis Stevenson, I see Golovkin fans talking about, oh, he fought Curtis Stevenson. Curtis Stevenson wasn't even ranked that middleweight when he fought him until he signed on the dotted line. So,
yeah, what up, bro?
Real.
But let me ask you something. Who has been knocking on the door to say, I want to fight you, GGG? Calling him out or say, I want to fight you. Because there hasn't been nobody calling him out.
Andre Ward been knocking on the door, but he can't fight.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Mr. Inactive is the only one.
3 fights in a row to Goose.
Man, I've been knocking on the door. I've been knocking on the door.
You at 32 years old, his prime is shortening up, so he better fight somebody between now and 35 years old, or it's gonna be over for him.
Well,
I can see that. I can see that.
He gonna have to move up.
That's a long period of time, though, CJ. That's a long period of time, though.
It is.
That's 3-4 years still.
Especially at the rate that Golovkin fights. He fights what, every 3 months? Every 4 months?
Right. Every 3 months when you fight bums. You can fight every 3 months when you fight bums. Yeah. Adamo.
Stop.
Come on, man.
Well, a guy that was 1 in 23.
My brother.
Top 10 guys cannot be labeled.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, they are.
What y'all talking about?
Because they're in the middleweight.
Was Rubio ranked whenever he Rubio?
Who's it?
We talking about Rubio. Daniel Gill just said to be the 4th best middleweight in the world before Golovkin.
You're proud of that. You're proud of that.
Right. Exactly.
You're proud of that.
Third.
A top 3 guy.
Third rank.
You're proud of that. You're proud of that. You're proud of that.
Hey, Martin Murray ain't no bum either.
A champion at that.
I give him look, Ben. I give him Martin Murray. I give him credit.
Mike.
Give him credit for that fight.
No,
but the Browns is balling.
Who y'all talking about? Y'all talking about
who got hears you, Jarrell? Speak.
I said, y'all talking about Golovkin?
Yeah, they try to gang up on me. Please,
man.
CJ and said I need backup. Come help me, please.
Hey, Triple G gonna be all right, man. He gonna be all right. We need to talk about somebody else. How about Hopkins?
Jarrell, let me ask you a question. Would you give Gennady Golovkin credit if he fought and beat Pretty Quillen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm not taking that away. Now, hold on now. Let me clear up something.
This is what I said. This is what I said to that. This is what the whole topic is about. CJ is giving Quillen credit right now, but then Golovkin will fight Quillen, and if Golovkin stops him, then CJ is gonna come back and be like, "Oh, well, Quillen hadn't. His resume is not that strong, and he hadn't really fought nobody." So
I'm not gonna say Juan Chavez Jr. in the summertime. I give him credit for that.
Hey. If I'm giving Golovkin credit, I don't want nobody thinking that, but if he beat Quillen, who a lot of people thought before his recent performances was the most formidable, opposition at middleweight, you got to give him credit, because not like, Chocolate is not. She not no chopped liver or nothing now, but you would favor Golovkin because of his talent and his amateur pedigree. But you know what I'm saying? It remains to be got to step up in competition before we start crowning.
Thank you for clarifying that. Mouse trying to gang up. Golovkin coming lines right up.
I'm not trying nothing, but listen, a lot of people said that Martin Murray beat Martinez, right?
Right.
But then Martinez was looked at as the #1 middleweight in the world going into that fight. That was right before the Cotto fight. Martinez was the lineal champ and all this other crap. When everybody claimed that Murray beat Martinez. Then when people were saying that Golovkin was gonna fight Murray, somebody was saying, "Oh, Murray's a bum." But yet, he just beat the #1 guy. You know what I mean? So, how do you then start taking away from these guys? Like, even with the Daniel Gill fight, who was ranked like number 2 or 3 in middleweight and had never been stopped, somebody said, if Golovkin beats him, I'm going to give him credit on tape, and then discredited the crap out of Daniel Gill afterwards.
I never said that. I never did.
Yes, you did.
Michael Turner. Oh, y'all be lying, bro.
Just yet.
Lying, dog. I'm not even
one at a time. We can't hear everybody at once.
I'm not calling Golovkin. I know Golovkin still has a lot to prove. I
strictly said this. I said he lost to what's my man's name that just fought Joshua Clottey?
You talking about Anthony
Mundine.
Mundine?
Mundane.
He lost to Monday. Fucking bum.
Hey,
Come
man.
on, that's what I said.
The jury is still out on Golovkin, man. You just got to say that, man. The jury is still out on him because he's.
Dog, B, that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying.
All right, hold on. Hey, I got one quick announcement.
This is Smooth Cat Jr. and I'm out.
You get him to say that shit.
Oh,
Hey,
Turn him to boxing aficionados.
Hey, but to speak of Golovkin though, man, the jury is still out, man. We be beating a dead horse talking about this topic like we talk about the other topics. I'm not gonna name, but until he fights somebody, man, I guess it's that question gonna linger. But he not fighting right now. We need to be talking about the fighters that's fighting right now. From Kovalev, Bhop.
You about a day late, 24 hours short.
Well, I'm a working man, so I can really,
Bro,
you know.
bro, give us.
Go ahead and say your piece about Hopkins and Kovalev.
Hopkins gonna make it. I said it. Yeah. They gonna make him look like Kelly Pavlik, man.
there you
Trust
go.
and believe.
That's what I see.
Y'all gonna be sad. I can't wait to see y'all face on Saturday night.
I probably will. It don't matter, CJ. I ain't gonna hide, man. I'm gonna be like, give credit to Kovalev if he wins, but it is what it is.
It's gonna be like the day Superman died edition.
First and foremost, hey, I'm giving both guys credit from Jump Street for even taking this fight. Neither guy had to take this fight. Hopkins could have went and fought anybody else outside of Kovalev, who's looked at as the most dangerous guy at 175, but he chose Kovalev. He didn't do what the other guy at 175 did. I'm gonna run to a different network so I don't have to fight this boy. He didn't do that. He ran to
Boom, boom, boom.
I think that statement is overstatement with Bhop. Bhop is known to fight, tough guys. So I don't think people need to give him credit for fighting, Kovalev because Bhop has shown no fear.
50 years old.
Like he's got to be given credit because Superman ran all the way to Showtime, running away from Kovalev, and
Exactly.
he stepped up. He went from Showtime to HBO to face the boogeyman.
I'm not saying he shouldn't get credit. I'm just saying that we shouldn't expect nothing else but this from Bhop. That's what I'm saying. He should get credit, but I don't think you got to say, well, you commend both guys because both guys have shown a willingness to fight, the top guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, of course, they get credit, but Bhop has shown no fear of no fear. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, I understand what you're saying better now. A minute ago, I'm sitting there, but I almost blew my wig. Like, wait, what?
Adonis Stevens and chicken shit.
Oh, is that D-Rock's talking?
Remember, don't act like John Pascal ain't hard on the Stevens. He ain't Duck Stevenson fight too. Everybody loves Superman.
Hey, Pascal been trying to get Stevenson for a while. He
ducked that question that night after he beat Louis Montague January.
Huh?
Who you want to fight? Adonis Stevens. That nigga said everybody loves Superman. That nigga ducked the shit out that question.
Team Superman did that Pascal. That was offered twice. It was declined.
I thought that fight was signed already.
He want that chinny motherfucker.
I think they're doing it now. I'm pretty sure. I know before now it was offered by Pascal's team twice, and Adonis Stevenson turned it down twice.
Al Hammond turned it down. He fighting this guy.
He doesn't have an option. I mean, there's no bigger.
They might be building.
He has to fight Pascal. He's the big name and give him money.
That's the biggest fight in Canada right now. Yeah.
Big Canada.
That's the biggest fight in Canada right now. That's the fight.
That's the fight right there.
Hopefully, Stevenson steps up and fight the winner of Kovalev Hopkins.
Man,
Hopefully,
Steve
fight
used
them.
to fight the winner of Notre Dame and LSU. That's what he wanted. He rather fight them than fight one of them. And I'm not talking about the football team. I'm talking about the women's college basketball. That's what he want to fight.
So you telling me Kovalev? You telling me Kovalev when he gonna duck both guys or at least one guy?
Say
So
that again.
Jerome, give us your prediction. Who you got winning? How many rounds?
I got Hopkins. I don't think he gonna blow. He gonna whitewash. I don't think he gonna whitewash Kovalev. But I think after some early shaky rounds, I think he gonna figure him out. You know, throw a headbutt or two in there. You know, get him cut up. And I think he gonna get a unanimous decision. A semi-close unanimous decision.
What about the Lewis the Abreu fight versus Saddam Ali?
See, that fight kind of tricky because Abreu a big puncher, but Ali more skilled. I'm gonna go with Ali though by a split decision, majority decision. He get dropped.
He get knocked out, dog.
Hey, I definitely think Ali going to sleep in this one.
Hey Miguel.
What's up?
Hey Miguel.
What's up?
Miguel.
Yeah.
You still think Mike Alvarado a better boxer than Chris Algieri?
Hey, I knew that was coming. I knew it was
Mike. Hey, yo, Mike.
Yo.
Mike, you there?
Huh?
Are you there?
Yeah.
With that one.
Please inform Mr. Jarrell Alvarez
I gotta deal with the Jarrell.
Please inform Mr. Jarrell Alvarez what happened against Cuba.
Inform Jarrell Alvarez of what?
If I gotta live with Jarrell Alvarez, you gotta live with that statement.
I'm gonna live with it.
That's why I don't make.
I gotta live with being called Jarrell Alvarez.
I can't tell no lie. I think the Jarrell Alvarez bet was the best one I ever made in my damn life. I think that's the best one I ever made.
That was a classic. That goes up there. I told Jarrell don't agree to that shit. I said, dog, you don't want to agree to that. Man, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, all right.
You did say that. Hey, Mike, I'm cooking up a good bet for you for the Andrade Charlo fight. So just hold your horses on that.
Get ready.
I stay on top.
Hey, lose again.
Hey, CJ, we betting for Saturday night? Profile picture?
Oh, okay.
Who want to bet? Who's that? Ben?
I got Hopkins.
I got B-Hop. We make that have 24-hour 48-hour profile bet. Profile bet.
1 year.
1 year, man.
A year.
No, hell no. I'll do it. I'll take
Here. Hey, we're gonna spice it up. If CJ lose the bet, his last name is CJ.
Nope, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
D-Rock loser, his name is D-Rock King Goodfella.
Oh no. Hey, you can do that for a day, CJ. Don't do it like a week that I did. Don't be the dumbass I was and did it for a whole week.
For a second.
Hey, you know what's real? Hey, I want to make our bet for the rest of the year too, but I was kind of up in the air, so I was like, no, I ain't gonna do that.
He definitely still rocking that shit for a year.
I see y'all make a bet, 50 push-ups.
Huh?
50 push-ups. Loser gotta give up 50 push-ups.
Who betting?
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet on the Kovalev fight. I'll do 50 push-ups if Hopkins win.
Well, Hopkins gonna win, but I ain't in the condition to do no 50 push-ups.
Shit. You 100 pounds, man. How the hell am I gonna lift 230 pounds? I can't do 5 push-ups.
I had to break them down in sets for you, Miguel. That's
embarrassing.
50 straight up.
You gotta come put my throat back in place after I do a couple.
That's embarrassing to take breaking your sets down.
I'll give you 25 push-ups.
Who you picking, Miguel?
I got Kovalev.
All right, I got the Hopkins. I bet you them push-ups.
How many can you do? I mean, I'm a fair man.
Shit, I don't want to do no push-ups. I ain't trying to do no push-ups, man.
Wait, instead of 50, make it 15.
That ain't even worth working out the bed for.
Listen, I could do.
You said he can't do 50, so I mean,
At least 30. He
I
grown
can
ass
do.
man. Grown ass man should be able to do 30.
I can do it, but I'm saying I don't know if I can do it in continuous like that, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Better get to practicing.
All right, I got you.
hey, no, Jabril. Hey, you know how to do that. If you lose, tell whoever recorded, just put it on your top half, cross your legs, and just do like this the whole time.
Oh, that shit.
All right, Miguel, what you say? What you want, 30? You said 30?
Yeah, I'll do 30.
All right, you got a deal, man.
Alright, it's all.
You got a deal. 30 push-ups.
I'll do the profile picture bet.
And a profile picture. And a profile picture change.
Damn, y'all about to slap it on.
Let's go.
But what picture we gonna put?
You got to put if Hopkins win, you got to do 30 push-ups and say B-Hop each time you do the push-up, and you got to change it.
Man.
No, I'm talking about a profile picture.
But if you gotta say crusher every time you do it.
All right.
That's
That sounds
like
okay.
50 push-ups right there.
Sure.
Talking push-ups, that's like 50 push-ups and 30s.
That's it. Okay, you got to do profile pic, say the name, whatever. When you're doing the push-ups, and there it is.
He'll weigh about $130. That's gonna be easy for his ass. That's the more push-ups.
I can knock him out, man. I can knock him out. Just keep going. I can knock him out. Yeah, I might go home and do them just in case. I'm gonna go home and do them.
Hey, you better pray that you don't lose that bet, Jarrell, because I'm gonna put your shit on YouTube. I'm gonna put it.
What?
You better pray he don't lose his bet. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, Divine.
You guys know the purses for that fight?
I'm gonna do it like I do my interviews. I'm gonna black it out. You just be able to. You barely.
I haven't heard nothing about it. You
Right,
heard me
see,
video
on the profile.
I ain't heard nothing.
What happened?
You guys know the purses for that fight? What they're gonna get paid?
I haven't heard nothing yet.
I can look him up. Hold on.
It'll probably be out tomorrow.
The reason I'm asking because
they usually do it Friday.
that fight has generated a lot of enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? That should have been pay-per-view, to be honest.
And B-Hop statements from the other day somewhat helped it out, even though people took it as racist. He used that just to draw people in. I don't know why people didn't catch that.
I think it made sense. It was a truthful statement.
That's what he says. He says that all the time about shit like that.
He does have a point though, man. He as great as he is, he's not what is talked about as other people. Maybe because he don't live that lifestyle of bringing unwanted attention or unneeded attention to himself. But he made a point. He need to be recognized and appreciated more than what he is. And, I guess he just frustrated with that.
Oh, he's all-time great, taking on the boogeyman at his weight there. The man ain't getting the publicity that he deserves. But now you got Pacquiao and Algieri. That Algieri is not known, and they're gonna make the big money while he's getting the short end of the stick with HBO. He should have been the pay-per-view. But it is what it is.
Hey,
Let me tell you something about white boys. Hopkins said that first. Hopkins said that about Pavlik.
Yeah. No, I thought Calzaghe.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick.
Kalsagi. Yeah.
No.
Y'all listening?
Go ahead, cool.
No.
Well,
I said let me. All right. Overall, would you rank high? Who would you rank higher on the list? B-Hop or Floyd? Honestly, I think I rank ahead of Floyd.
All
I
time.
rank B-Hop ahead of Floyd. All time, yeah.
B-Hop and who?
Floyd, I rate B-Hop higher.
Man, it's tough, but I gotta say B-Hop.
Floyd has more
Who would you rank higher?
B-Hop done more with his career.
B-Hop too.
you got to remember too that a lot of B-Hop's fights, he wasn't even favored. He wasn't favored against Tarver. He wasn't favored against Trinidad. He wasn't favored against Pavlik. He wasn't favored against Winky Wright.
Or De La Hoya.
Or De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? This man's been playing the underdog role and coming through.
Yep.
13 years
Mike,
in
you
the
agree
waiting
with
for
that?
this
You
man to get
rank
knocked
B-Hop
out.
higher?
Say that again.
13 years in
I
the
said,
waiting.
Mike, you agree you rank B-Hop?
Yeah, for what he's accomplished, absolutely. I mean, that's no shade thrown at Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, you can look at Bernard Hopkins and see I mean, honestly, he's fought the type of guys he needed to fight to get the acknowledgement that he's getting in regards to the all-time great list. He's fought the great fighters that everybody wanted to see him fight already. Like I say, it's not a throw any shade at Mayweather because I respect the hell out of Floyd Mayweather, but he has a guy in his division, and I'm not saying who fought it is or who fought it ain't, but they should have fought in 2009, plain and simple.
But look, let me tell you something about
I think
B-Hop.
it's kind of not.
What fighter has fought?
B-Hop made a win. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
What fighter has fought in 4 decades at the level that he's been fighting? Because you had like Duran fighting 4 decades, but he wasn't fighting at the level that this guy's doing. This guy is doing something unprecedented, never seen before. 4 decades, he's fighting top elite competition and winning. You know what I'm saying? You can't just take that for granted. I mean, that's never been seen before, to be honest with you. Not at that level, at least.
Hey, and like I said, I'm gonna say it like this: this win against Kovalev. I mean, you're right. If he gets the win against Kovalev, let me rephrase that. If he gets his win against Kovalev, in my opinion, he jumps up high, dramatically high. And it's not that Kovalev is just the best fighter of all time. It's more the fact that you have a 49-year-old man competing with the best 175-pounder in the world, highly regarded by damn near every analyst, everybody out there feels Kovalev is the man. And for Hopkins at 49 years old to beat him is a hell of an accomplishment. And in my opinion, after this, if he wins, he's up in my top 12 all-time great list.
No doubt.
I just have to friendly disagree. I mean, B-Hop, yeah, he won the big fights, but he was always fighting smarter guys and Oscar De La Hoya, Trinidad, and all that other shit. And he lost to Jermaine Schwaller twice. He beat Kelly Pavlik. His career turned out to be shit. He lost to Joe Kozak in a smaller fight, in a close fight. He does some remarkable things. I mean, he lost to Chad Dawson twice. In my opinion, he checked out of that first fight. My shoulder. He checked out of that fight, man. So he be on some bitch shit too. I regard one of the best. It's just my personal opinion. If he beats Kovalev, I don't think it really does that much for his legacy because Kovalev, he ain't an all-time top fighter. He's not regarded as the lineal light heavyweight champion. I mean, for B-Hop to jump dramatically on my list, he would have to beat Kovalev and beat Stevenson to be the genuinely regarded #1 light heavyweight championship of the world. Now, if he does that, he's in my top 5. He's definitely in my top 5. If he gets all those belts, he's in my top 5. Just not beating Kovalev is just one part of the mission. The second part of the mission, you got to beat Adonis Stevenson, and he be in the top. He be in the top 5, my top 5 easily. Now, if he does that,
if he beats Stevenson,
he don't gotta be Stevenson.
Like
Who is Stevenson beat?
I'm gonna put him up there.
Hey, Jarrell. Stevenson is the lineal champion. He's the legit champion. So he got 3 belts. So once he beat Kovalev, he got 3 belts.
That work.
You say what?
Okay, you get Jit, but other than Chad Dawson, who did he beat? He beat. Cloud was already whitewashed by B-Hop. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not about who
Chad Dawson before Stevenson did. So Stevenson really he good,
but it's not about B-Hop. It's not about
B-Hop. Saying like he gotta
respect your boxing.
Yes, for him to move up that high, in my personal opinion, he gotta beat Stevenson.
If he beats Stevenson, in my opinion, he kind of erases the Dawson,
Yeah, he gotta be
the Dawson fight.
Stevenson gotta
most
want to fight
definitely.
for him to even
I
be
agree.
that fight to even be thought of. But Stevenson showing a reluctancy.
That's why Stevenson went over to Showtime to fight Bernard Hopkins, but Bernard Hopkins fucked him over and fucked Kovalev instead since he dug Kovalev. So I'm not saying it's not about the person; it's about the history of winning that and winning them belts and being a lineal, true #1 undisputed light heavyweight champion. That is a special thing to do. That's very special to do at his age. At 15 years old, to be the true undisputed champion, that's big.
I
That's
feel where you
putting him
coming
on.
from.
Go ahead, Drew.
But to say he been fighting a lot of small fighters, maybe Winky right, Trinidad, De La Hoya, but still, if you comparing his resume to Floyd's, I don't know if you was just doing that, but
No, I didn't know that was a question. I didn't know
I was
that was
asking.
a question. I know Floyd was involved in the question. I didn't hear that part.
My question was, who would you rank higher on the all-time list, Floyd or B-Hop?
Right now, I rank Floyd right now, but soon to be B-Hop after tomorrow night. I'm after Saturday night. I give it to B-Hop.
I might not be back.
Why Floyd?
Why Floyd? I just feel like he did look. I mean, I know he got Bernard Hopkins got the name, but Floyd got the unblemished record, which is not really a big thing on my part. But he got the names too. He got the Corraleses, the Castillos. He got the Madonna. I'm already saying Madonna was a tough opponent. Madonna gave him a lot of problems. He got the Oscar De La Hoya under his belt, being a smaller fighter. So he did what he had to do in the beginning of his career to earn his respect. He took down all the tough guys. When he used to fight, he was pretty boy. He fought all the tough guys. Now that he becoming money made, he's not fighting the tough guys, and that's why I believe Bernard Hopkins is itching up his asshole for that #1 spot. No homo.
So basically, it sounds like you got to break Floyd's career down into two parts. So Pretty Boy Floyd,
Yeah,
he was
that's what I'm saying.
everybody, and now you got money. So I'm saying, is Pretty Boy Floyd resume enough to outweigh Money Mayweather's resume?
Yeah, right now it is.
That's
Oh,
excellent.
fuck that. No, fuck. He fought, no disrespect to Shane Mosley, but Shane Mosley didn't have a chance to hit landing a punch. Maidana, he earned the fight, but didn't nobody really think he was going to beat Mayweather. He surprised
I
people in
think
the first
Madonna
fight.
really earned that fight. Madonna didn't really earn that fight. He beat Broner, who was overhyped anyway. Broner just should have lost to Paulie Malignaggi.
Right.
Look, Floyd fighting bigger guys too. You gotta give him credit for fighting bigger guys.
Everybody thought Broner was the second fight before Maidana. Everybody
Shane
thought
was
Broner.
naturally bigger than him.
But Shane was old, though.
All right, let's break down the whole race. Oh yeah, he fought Shane. Okay, you want to say Shane was old? Shane cracked his ass, didn't he?
Okay, a lot of people got
when Shane cracked his ass, when nobody called him old. I remember that shit.
Right.
I remember walking in there. Oh, Shane might do it. I mean, I racked off on plenty bets on there.
Hey, now that's the second part of what I was saying. That's why I say I mean no shade toward Mayweather, because he's fought he's fought some solid guys as well. And people, what I noticed with Mayweather, he has a double standard with his type of fights, because before the fight, if he fight the guy got a chance, the guy gonna beat him. But if he schools the guy,
He
then
just
the
not
guy
start doing that. He just
Canelo.
not start doing that.
What fight?
Canelo did what?
Hey,
They
Mike.
were saying Canelo could beat him. Canelo could beat him. Put him in Canelo. Canelo was ready.
Right,
Mike,
and Canelo is far from the bum.
Mike, what fight since Floyd came back in 2009 or whenever it was that anybody thought he had a chance of losing? Anybody?
Canelo.
Only Canelo.
Canelo, good niggas was picking Canelo. Right, hella
Canelo.
niggas was picking Canelo.
I picked Canelo.
Canelo for real.
Hella
Well,
niggas was
be-
picking Canelo.
Hey, Mayweather. I know
That's what you thought he was.
That's what G scored a fight draw.
I'm just saying, Bernard Hopkins. I mean, Bernard Hopkins. If you really want to break down resumes, Bernard Hopkins. He got the Karl Marats and he got the John David Jacksons on his resume too. The niggas that wasn't shit. It's part of boxing. You gonna have some ups and downs. You gonna have some bad guys.
No.
his resume has gotten better as he continued his career.
Please don't try to
No,
make John
listen. He fought Chad Dawson. You give him credit for Chad Dawson, right?
Jackson to be some bum.
He didn't want to fight Chad Dawson, no.
Yeah,
He's not no bum. John Davis Jackson was not no bum. No, I'm not gonna stop off that one. He was not no bum.
Did he win world? Did he only win one world championship, right?
What is, so that means he a bum?
It don't
I ain't
matter.
saying he a bum. He wasn't shit. I mean, when I say bum,
You just called him a bum.
I don't mean bum like bum. I mean bum like he was decent.
He didn't mean like he was a bum. He just meant he was a bum.
Like,
Did Bernard beat Glenn Johnson?
Bum, but like he's decent. But,
Yeah, he beat.
like I said,
see,
Glenn Johnson was 32-0, I think, at the time, and he beat him.
He was undefeated whenever he beat him.
I give him that.
And if I'm mistaken, he Johnson on the dog.
Hopkins knocked Glenn Johnson out, didn't he?
Hell no.
Yeah.
He did
No,
knock
they
him out.
stopped it. The referee stopped
Did
it.
he? Referee stopped it. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I know he got the KO or TKO, something like that.
I want to say it was the 9th round he stopped him.
Yeah, I think it was the 8-4-9.
Forgot about that fight.
Yeah, he's.
be her, baby.
Like I'm saying, he going down this weekend. I'm happy. I'm already celebrating.
Yeah, I'm about to drink a big dog because he about to win this bad boy. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the man.
All right.
He
Well,
gonna quit. He gonna find a way out. He gonna find a way out. I guarantee you, he gonna find a way out.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, after he win, he gonna just.
He's gonna find a way out whenever the referee rings the bell.
He put on Hopkins. He put on Dawson ass. He knew what time it was.
He didn't want to fight Dawson.
He didn't
He
want to
was a
fight.
boy. He did not want to fight Dawson. He didn't want to fight.
Ass. You knew what was gonna happen to his ass. He fought Chad Dawson. Everybody know that fight was away.
Exactly. He didn't want to.
Dawson had been waiting years to fight Bernard Hopkins. He been waiting years. He was waiting a long ass time to fight. He was calling Bernard Hopkins out when he was whooping on Antonio Tarver and Glenn Johnson ass.
yeah, he was. He really was. I remember that. Oh,
That
you
was-
know what? Hey, now that's the tripped out part about Mouse being gone, because this is another part of the conversation we had. I told Mouse, honestly, in my opinion, I feel that right now, if Chad Dawson retires, I feel he would make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He
You
I
think so?
he said no. What do y'all think about that?
I definitely say yes. I'm a big Chad Dawson fan.
If Dawson retires right now, you're saying he makes the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
think
saying.
borderline. I'm not gonna say first ballot. There's a chance.
What you say, D-Rock?
I think he can make it. I don't think he's worthy of it, but I think he'll probably make it.
I mean, well, if you look at his resume, just look at all the names he's beaten. Everybody who was somebody at 175, he
Glenn
beat him.
Johnson, Hopkins. Hopkins would be the strength of his going into it.
And then a lot of guys, he didn't only fight him once, he beat him twice. He claimed 175 for a good period of time. All the top guys had a loss or two on their record from Chad Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson. Yeah, he was short-lived though. I mean, he didn't really do it for a long period of time. So, but he's borderline. I mean, he's gonna get in. That last fight, I thought he probably could have got the decision. They robbed him.
You know what?
I thought he won.
I thought he won that last fight too. But something like he said that he felt that boxing was kind of trying to get him out the game and stuff like that. And I absolutely agree with him because there is no way in hell nobody can still tell me. I don't even remember the guy's name, but nobody can tell me he won that fight. He did not win that fight.
I forgot the guy's name, but I had it 6 rounds to 4. I think I had it.
Dawson was the big name, and then they fought in Dawson's hometown, and they still lost. I thought he won though.
The white boy from Philly. I forgot his name.
The last 4 to 5 rounds, the guy wasn't even really landing, and Hopkins was beating with one hand.
So Hopkins, Dawson.
No, Dawson.
Dawson, his career, man. I don't know. It just took a turn for the worse, and then it's like he said, they really don't want him in boxing. To be honest with you, it looks like that.
At one time, I thought he was going to be pound for pound one of the top guys.
That's
He
what
looked like it.
He was for a long period. He was a pound for pound guy, top six, top guy.
The person that made him look bad was Glenn Johnson in that first fight.
Right.
Do you think he could make a return? Because I mean, he's still young.
I think it's gone. I think his ambition is gone.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's only knock on Chad Dawson. But did he have a drive to be great, and did he have a dog in him? And there's some fights that he has a dog in him, and a lot of fights he didn't have it in him. That was the biggest problem with him. He's one of my favorites for a long time.
the main thing with me with Dawson was when he came out and said, "I don't want to be called Bad Chad anymore." I said it was a wrap. I knew it, even though I still picked him to beat Stevenson. I ain't gonna go back on that. I still picked him to beat Stevenson.
I did too, but damn, I turned. Hey, you know how you just flicking between fights?
Man, that turned bad quick.
You know how you just flicking between fights? Like I was flicking between. It was Showtime had a fight on, and then HBO had a fight on. I'm flicking between both of them, and dog, I turned. And I see that nigga laid on the canvas like this.
Oh,
I
man.
said, "Oh."
I come up here later. Whenever I find
That was one of my boxing heroes, Chad Dawson, dog, for the longest.
he had Floyd
He can
Lawson
box.
and all.
That was my guy. That was my dog, man.
Oh,
He retired Floyd Lawson, the best boxer that they have.
Hey, I forgot. Chad Dawson beat Tomas Adamek too. He gave him his.
Adamek dropped his ass, but Floyd Senior him got his ass off the canvas, and he did a number on Adamek ass. Adamek then whooped some ass too, though.
Yes, he has.
When he moved heavyweight, he fucked me up.
I can say it like this: hey, Adamek still shocked me beating Chris Arreola. I just knew Arreola was gonna beat, but I was an Adamek fan. I picked Adamek to win, but I just knew Chris Arreola was gonna knock him out. I thought Chris Arreola was too big for him.
I remember watching that fight live, dog. Man, he was busting Arreola's nose up. I think he broke his nose again. He was busting his ass up. I just knew Chris Arreola was gonna win that fight. I was wrong.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I picked Adamek because I wanted to see Adamek become the heavyweight champion. But as soon as I saw him in the ring with Klitschko, as soon as Klitschko started throwing that jab, no, he ain't gonna win. It's over with already.
He's too small for that division.
Yeah, he was way too small.
Oh, Klitschko did him something dirty, man. Klitschko did him something dirty.
I would always like to see Adamek versus David Haye. I still want to see that fight somewhere down the line.
I think
Adamek. Somebody told me yesterday, I don't know if it's true, that Ishida is fighting at heavyweight now.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, he is.
Shock as hell.
Hey, but you know what? His claim to fame for his career is he's the James Kirkland stopper. That's it. That's his claim to fame.
Dog, Ishida, dog, I heard about that, dog. He had to get it cleared by the Chinese Athletic Commission. I don't know if they ever cleared him for that. But
yeah,
dog,
I think they did.
Oh, that was a big mistake.
He's gonna get clobbered there.
If he think Gennady Golovkin knock him out cold, man, them heavyweights, they ain't nothing to play with.
None of. What y'all think about Berman Stavern versus Wilder if it ever get made?
Ooh, Stavern.
I'm gonna stick with what I said. I got Stavern stopping him in 7.
I got Stavern as well. I got him Stavern UD in his ass though. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. That's gonna be one that I look forward to.
I don't see no progression with Wilder. It's like the same thing over and over again. You don't see no progression in his game.
That's a fight they get on. They put on regular ESPN at prime time. That's gonna do some real numbers. That's gonna be a hell of a fight.
I'll be rooting for Wilder though.
I think that fight never gonna materialize for some reason. I don't know why.
Who knows?
You know, that's like I say like this. I think honestly, like believe it or not, Heyman is making a whole lot of moves in boxing. That's like I know this is real old, but you know he got David Haye. I believe him and David Haye basically have a contract now, so that's big. So that means, say whoever wins the Wilder Stavern fight, potentially David Haye could fight him next. Then the winner that can get a quick score.
David Haye, he be every fight he's in, he's always pulling out.
Dog, who you telling or putting on a crappy performance?
Man, he just pulled out. He has pulled out what, 4 fights in a row?
I was a huge David Haye fan going into the Klitschko fight, and me, I didn't see the fight live originally, but when I got home, I watched it live. I mean, I watched it, and then I saw the 12th round when he hurt Vladimir, and I'm just saying, dude, you could have did that all fight. What the hell was you waiting on? You could have got him out of there.
I had got something to eat, some snacks for that fight, dog. It was billed as one of the biggest heavyweight fights since a long time. I'm getting hyped for that shit. It was the middle of the daytime. And I watched that whole fight. I wasted an hour of my fucking life watching this shit.
Hey, no, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna say like this. Hey, Vladimir, hey, I think they had one of the best face-offs that HBO did. I think they had one of the best ones. Hey, told him, he was like, they was like, well, David, hey, why don't you like Vladimir Klitschko? Well, he's a fucking dickhead. He doesn't have a fucking man. He had me rolling.
Especially when he came with the shirt where he got the two Klitschko heads.
Oh, yeah, had their heads.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You know what? You know what? Shannon Briggs is trying to. I'm buying it. I'm buying his little shit that he's been doing lately. I'm kind of interested in seeing Briggs and Klitschko now.
Let's go, champ.
You eat it, I eat that, champ.
He's doing a good job of promoting himself.
Hey, whenever he knocked him in the water, that was the best one.
Oh man, you know what? That was funny.
When they was at the restaurant, funny as hell too. They was tearing up the restaurant and shit. He was eating off his plate. And whatever you like, champ.
No, but you know what? And the thing with the restaurant that kind of got me, I don't think too many people mentioned it. The bodyguard like slammed the hell out of Shannon Briggs over there. The bounce, I mean.
Yeah, he body slammed
him. Shannon Briggs, the belly, the back suplex, and flipped them all over. You put water on my head? You put water on my head?
Yeah, I remember that.
He's trying to get paid. He's 42, 43.
But you know last payday. I'm gonna be straight honest. I don't think Briggs stands a chance in that fight. I don't even blame Vladimir for not even fighting him because I mean the gig is up already. That's like you would kind of think that Briggs was like sort of crazy a little bit, especially when he came out and said that in his fight with Vitaly he hurt him twice. Man, I don't even remember Shannon Briggs hitting Vitaly. How would he hurt him?
He was injured.
I remember him getting hit.
Right.
I remember him getting
and then I remember him being in the hospital like this.
Both his eyes were swelled shut. That motherfucker was a dead man.
You ain't man. I just knew he was gonna have surgery looking the way he was looking.
That nigga,
his nose looked like Areola's nose.
Yeah, Areola got an ugly ass nose.
Areola got knocked out by Stavern. I'm still tripping off of that one. I ain't see that shit coming. That was a classic fight.
I knew Stavern would beat him, but I didn't think it would happen like that.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, it was. And it was on primetime ESPN.
Yep.
Yes.
Heavyweight division, man. You just don't even know what to say no more about that division.
There's really some truth going around. There's really some truth going around. Floyd really about to fight.
Huh?
I said some truth to that Jermaine Taylor versus Floyd fight.
You know what? I'm gonna say it like this: if Mayweather takes that fight, honestly, I mean, I don't know. That's they're gonna have to start putting. They're gonna have to start putting chairs up for him too.
Did y'all see his latest video, Jermaine Taylor? If y'all don't believe in God, fuck you.
Oh wow.
Who said that?
Jermaine Taylor. He put a video on YouTube. This one says, "If you don't believe in God, then fuck you."
Oh, Jermaine Taylor, yeah, I seen that. He supposed to be going to jail anyway.
He needs some help, man. Something is wrong with him, especially that picture they got him on the way in when he like this. What the hell is wrong with him?
He just shot somebody. Of course he's tweaking out.
Man,
he was my favorite fight at one time too.
You know what? And to go back, dude, I still don't believe he won either one of those fights with Hopkins. I still don't believe he won either one.
I was mad about them fights that he lost to Taylor beat Hopkins because I knew he didn't beat him.
Then he didn't have won the first one. But...
Yeah, I remember when he had Pavlik dead on his feet. He couldn't finish him.
Oh yeah, he did. And then Pavlik ended up beating him later on.
No, it was like a matter of seconds. It was a matter of seconds on him, dog. Pavlik landed a punch, And then he was just whooping on Jermaine Taylor ass.
You
He
know
had
what? Hey,
He had
I
Carl
think
Front to beat
Pavlik.
the shit out of Front.
I think Pavlik started his downslide, but man, I think Arthur Abraham pulled it all the way
Oh,
out the way he
Oh
should.
yeah.
his head bounced off the mat. Oh, man.
He hit
Yeah.
that nigga Jermaine Taylor so hard. My heart even stopped for a second.
Man,
The
hey,
only time I ever
that's
heard
what
more of that was when Glenn Johnson knocked out Roy. When Glenn Johnson knocked out Roy Jr., same thing. The head bounced off the mat. Oh,
Oh, you
Oh,
know what?
and bad part of that, he was getting some good runs in the Iron Man.
The Tarver knockout didn't necessarily. It surprised me, but it wasn't too shocking. But the Glenn Johnson KO, oh my God, dude! I did not expect. I didn't even see that coming. I just knew Roy was gonna whoop Glenn.
man, I thought
Yeah.
the Tarver one, whenever Tarver said any excuses tonight, I told everybody, I said, oh, he just fucked up. Roy's about ready to kill this dude.
Yeah, and
Right
Roy.
in the feet.
About the Antonio Tarver fight, and that nigga didn't. They were trying to explain. He was trying to walk through what happened after the fight. Antonio Tarver was like, and I landed a. He didn't even know what the fuck he did. And he was like, yeah, that was the right hand, Antonio. He's like, yeah, I landed the right hand, and it was a nice outcome. He didn't even know what he did to knock out Ray Jones. That shit was funny as hell.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll have this posted up later on. So everybody, good night.
Good night, guys.